Hello everyone, welcome back to GK today. So in this video, we are discussing the top 100 question of April month. So this series is beneficial for all banking exam aspirants. Okay, so now question number 1. DA allowances has been increased for the central government employees with respect from 1st of January 2022 by how much percentage? So the correct answer of this question is option B, that is 3%. So recently the central government has approved the hiking of DA for the central government employee by 3%. So this will be make the DA of 34%. So basically it will benefit approximately 4.8 million employees and 6.9 million pensioners. Okay, so now next question. Which member country organized the BIMSTEC 2022? So the correct answer of this question is option D, that is in Sri Lanka. So the PM Narendra Modi attended the 5th BIMSTEC summit hosted virtually by Sri Lanka. So the main outcome of this year's summit was adoption and signing of the BIMSTEC charter. Okay, so now next question. Where is the National Film Development Corporation headquarters located? So the correct answer of this question is option A, that is in Mumbai. So recently the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting by 3 orders transferred the production of documentaries and short films, organization of film festival and preservation of films to the National Film Development Corporation. So basically the National Film Development Corporation is a PSU under the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. So the organization of film festival has been transferred from Directorate of Film Festival. Okay, so now next question. The scope of the 3.0 Emergency Credit Line Guarantee Scheme has recently been extended until. So the correct answer of this question is option B, that is 31st March 2023. So the scope of the Emergency Credit Line Guarantee Scheme has been in exchange till 31st March 2023. So the new borrowers under the Emergency Credit Line Guarantee Scheme who borrow after 31st March 2021 but up to 31st January 2022 will now be eligible to avail of emergency credit facilities. Okay, so now 5th question. Which financial startup recently collaborated with the Pine Labs to offer the tap to pay features? So the correct answer of this question is option A, that is Google Pay. So the Google Pay launched the tap to pay features for UPI transaction in collaboration with Pine Labs. Okay, so now 6th question. Which consumer products company plant has been designated by the World Economic Forum as an advanced 4th Industrial Revolutionary Lighthouse? So the correct answer of this question is option C, that is Hindustan Unilever. So recently the Hindustan Unilever plant in Dagar Nagar Haveli is become the first consumer good factory to be recognized as an advanced 4th Industrial Revolutionary Lighthouse by the World Economic Forum. Okay, so now question number 7. What is the projected GDP growth rate for the India in the fiscal year 2022 to 2023 according to the latest ICRA report? So the correct answer of this question is option D, that is 7.2%. So the India Rating and Research has revised downwards the GDP growth forecast for India financial year to 7.2%. So previously in January, the rating agency forecast this rate at 7.6%. Okay, so now question number 8. The Reserve Bank of India has published a framework of geo-tagging payment system, touchpoint and infrastructure. So which of the following RBI subsidiary is not a wholly owned subsidiary? So the correct answer of this question is option B. So recently the Reserve Bank of India has released the framework of geo-tagging of payment system touchpoints. The framework is the part of the central bank focus for deepening digital payment and providing inclusive access to all citizens of the country. So, geotagging of the payment system touchpoint will enable proper monitoring of the availability of the payment acceptance infrastructure like point of scale, terminals, quick response codes and etc. Okay, so now 9th question. Which of the following company has announced a new partnership with the Indian Oil Corporation Ltd, under which its conveys would be able to refill at the state-run energy giant's fuel station? So the correct answer of this question is option A, that is Indian Air Force. So recently, the Indian Air Force has unveiled a new initiative with the Indian Oil Corporation Limited. So under its Indian Air Force conveys will be refueled at the fuel station of the state-run energy major. So as per the Defence Ministry, feed card fuel on move has been rolled out to facilitate the refueling of conveys belonging to the Indian Air Force. Okay, so now next question. According to the Hurran report for 2022, who is the world's richest self-made billionaires age 40 and under? So the correct answer of this question is option A, that is Mark Zuckerberg. So the Hurran Research Institute has released the Hurran Global 40 and Under Self-Made Billionaires 2022, which ranks the self-made billionaires in the world. So under the age of 40 years. So the Hurran Report 2022 lists 87 self-made billionaires in the world age of 40 and under, which is up by the 8 from last year. Which bank initiated the Fluctuation Financial Inclusion Initiative? So the correct answer of this question is option D, that is India Post Payment Bank. So the India Post Payment Bank has launched an initiative called Fluctuation as a part of the occasion of the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav to celebrate 75th of anniversary of Indian independence. Okay, so now question number 12. Which of the following country recently signed the Indo Pacific Ocean Initiative? So the correct answer of this question is option A, that is UK. So the Prime Minister of United Kingdom concluded a 2-day visit to India and discussed a range of cooperation area. So in a long-awaited visit to India that saw many rescheduling, the UK Prime Minister Mr. Boris Johnson undertook a comprehensive dialogue with India encompasses trade, energy, maritime security, cyber threats, merchandise export and people contact among others. Okay, so now next question. At a celebration held in Dadod in Gujarat, the Prime Minister Narendra Modi recently laid the foundation stone and inaugurated various projects worth how many rupees? So the correct answer of this question is option D, that is rupees 22,000 crore. So the Prime Minister Narendra Modi laid down the foundation stone and inaugurated the various projects worth 22,000 crore rupee in a function organized at Dadod in Gujarat. Okay, so now next question. According to MCA statistic, how many new business have been registered? So the correct answer of this question is option B, that is 1.67 lakh crore. So the COVID took a heavy toll on industry. So MSME in the particular. So despite all odds fueled by the government support in the terms of performance linked initiative, there has been a rise in the number of new firms. So, the Ministry of Corporate Affairs has registered 1.67 lakh new companies against 1.55 lakh firms opened during 2020 to 2021. So, the grant of 1.97 lakh crore rupee and the exchange capital expenditure are said to be received positive growth among new ventures. Okay, so now next question. With which organization has Agriculture Produce Export and Development Authority partnered to aggregate agro-export? So the correct answer of this question is option C, that is NRDC. So the Agriculture Produce Export and Development Authority has signed a Memorandum of Understanding with NRDC to boost export. So basically to meet the ambitious target of 800 billion in USD trade in this fiscal year, also in exchange by the Ministry of Commerce and Agriculture Produce Export and Development Authority, which is an Agriculture Produce Export Authority and has a signed MOU with the National Research and Development Corporation. Okay, so now next question. Which auxiliary ship has recently been inducted into the Indian Coast Guard? So the correct answer of this question is option C, that is Urja Pravas. So the India Coast Guard has inducted the ship Urja Pravas in order to expand its inspecting capacity of the Indian Coast Guard. Okay, so now next question. In which of the following state would Biliti Electric Inc. develop the world's largest electric three-wheeler manufacturing facility? So the correct answer of this question is option A, that is Telangana. So the Biliti Electric Incorporation based in California in USA has announced its intention to establish the world's largest electric three-wheelers manufacturing facility in Telangana. Okay, so now next question. Where will the 3-day Smart City Smart Urbanization Conference take place? So the correct answer of this question is option B, that is Surat. So the 3-day Smart City Smart Urbanization had a grand opening in Surat. So the event is being organized by the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, which is under the Government of India with the Surat Smart City Corporation Development Limited. Okay, so now move to the next question. Which Indian state recently launched a bus service with a completely digital ticketing system? So the correct answer of this question is option A, that is Maharashtra. So the Maharashtra State Environment, Minister Aditya Thackeray inaugurated the Tap In Tap Out service on the Gateway of India to Church Gate route in effort to make commuting across Mumbai easier. So basically, Aditya Thackeray stated during the event that the electric supply and transport is the India's first fully digital bus services. Okay, so now next question. Who is the new Vice Chairman of the NITI Aayog? So the correct answer of this question is option B, that is Suman Barry. So the government-run organization NITI Aayog's vice chairperson Rajiv Kumar has resigned due to the government order. So the Suman Barry, the economics, will take over the new head of the planning agency. Okay. So now question number 21. Which state government has signed a memorandum of understanding with the NIXI-CSC Data Services Centre to create an international grade data center? So the correct answer of this question is option D, that is in Tripura. So the Tripura government has signed an MOU with the NIXI-CSC Data Service Centre, which is a joint venture of the National Internet Exchange of India, that is NIXI and CSE E-Governance Service Limited, to establish an international standard data center at Indranagar, which headquarter of the IT Bhavan in Tripura. Okay, so now move to the next question. India will offer how much more financial aid to Sri Lanka in order for it to purchase gasoline while the latter is experiencing its greatest financial crisis? So the correct answer of this question is option C, that is USD 500 million. So India will provide an additional USD 500 million in financial aid to help the Sri Lankan island nation buy fuel, and the Bangladesh was willing to postpone USD 450 billion in the swap repayment to help the Colombo. So this is the second USD 500 million in the gasoline credit that India has given to the Sri Lankan government. Okay, so now next question. Which bank has signed a memorandum of understanding with the CBDT and CBIC for the collection of direct and indirect tax? So the correct answer of this question is option C, that is Dhanlakshmi Bank. So for the collection of taxes, Dhanlakshmi Bank has signed a memorandum of understanding with the Central Board of Direct Tax and the Central Board of Indirect Tax and Custom. So basically the Dhanlakshmi Bank said in regulatory filing that the Reserve Bank of India has authorized the bank to collect different tax based on the recommendation from the Controller General of Accounts. Okay, so now move to the next question. Name the Indian American defense expert who has been selected for the 6th Entrepreneurial Leadership Award 2022 category of Global Leader in Defense and Aviation Sector. So the correct answer of this question is option C, that is Vivek Lal. So the Indo-American Chamber of Commerce has picked Indian American Chief Executive, General Atomic Global Corporation, that is Vivek Lal, for the prestigious Entrepreneurial Leadership Award in appreciation of his contribution to the defense sector. Okay, so now next question. According to the World Steel Association data, which of the following countries was the only one among the world's top 10 steel manufacturing nations to have an increase in the steel output between January and March 2022? So the correct answer of this question is option A, that is India. So as per the data released by the World Steel Association, India is the only country among the top 10 steel producing nation of the world which has registered growth in the steel production between January and March 2022. Okay, so now next question. Which IIT signed an MOU with the Northern Regional Load Dispatch Center of the Power System Operation Corporation Limited to stimulate research on topics related to India's power sector? So the correct answer of this question is option B, that is IIT Delhi. So the Power System Operation Corporation Limited in Northern Region Load Dispatch Center signed a memorandum of understanding with the Indian Institute of Technology, also known as IIT Delhi, to encourage research on issues relating to India's power sector and strengthen the interaction between academia and industry. Okay, so now question number 27. The World Book and Copyright Day is observed every year on which day? So the correct answer of this question is option C, that is 23rd of April. So every year on 23rd of April, the World Book and Copyright Day is observed to promote the love of reading. Okay, so now next question. Ashwin Yardi has been named co-chair of UNICEF Yuan, the Indian branch of the Generation Unlimited. So which company CEO is the Ashwin Yardi? So the correct answer of this question is option D, that is Capgemini India. So Yuan in the India announced that Ashwin Yardi, who is the CEO of the Capgemini in India, has joined the organization starting immediately alongside the UNICEF representative as being the co-chair of the organization. Okay, so now move to the next question. Which of the following organization has performed the Locked Shield cyber defense exercise in Talania in Estonia? So the correct answer of this question is option D, that is NATO. So the full form of NATO is North Atlantic Treaty Organization, which is the multi-cyber defense exercise brought together technical experts, alliance countries and Ukraine nearly 2 months after the Russian invasion. Okay, so now next question. Which broadcasting company recently signed a Memorandum of Understanding with the Argentina Public Broadcaster Radio Television for broadcasting collaboration? So the correct answer of this question is option B, that is Prasar Bharati Broadcasting Corporation of India. So, the Prasar Bharati has signed an MOU with the public broadcaster of Argentina Radio Television for collaboration in the field of the broadcasting. So, basically, the MOU encompasses a range of fonts in the media and broadcasting that is set to be exemplify the communication and transmission network of both the nation. Okay, now next question. According to the new RBI standard, who is the top authority to contact, receive an unsolicited card? So the correct answer of this question is option A, that is RBI Ombudsman. So to protect customer from the rule fluctuation in the credit and debit card, the RBI has come up with the new rules. So the explicit consent of the customer is mandatory for the issuance of new card or for the upgrade losses due to the misuse of unsolicited card shall be responsibility of the issuing authority. Okay, so now next question. According to RBI regulation, what should a bank net value be in order for it to issue credit card? So the correct answer of this question is option C, that is 100 crore. So the Reserve Bank of India has allowed NBFC to issue new credit card provided they fulfill certain criteria. So basically the non-banking financial company is the shadow bank that has been entrusted with the responsibility of providing loan to the individual and firm except of non-issuance of debit credit card, demand draft, acceptance of deposit and etc. Okay, so now next question. Who is the chairman of IFSCA? So the correct answer of this question is option C, Sri Srinivas. So the International Financial Service Authority has issued comprehensive regulation for investment fund. So the registration of fund management entities with the IFSCA is must, provided they meet the eligibility criteria. So basically the venture capital scheme seeking money only from accredited investors shall be eligible for green channel. Okay, so now next question. Where is the FTAF's headquarters located? So the correct answer of this question is option A, that is in Paris. So the Indian Finance Minister Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman attended the FATF meeting held in Washington in DC. So basically the Financial Action Task Force is the international watchdog responsible for keeping surveillance upon the countries to stop terror financing, money laundering and etc. So the report of FATF is also utilized by the multilateral lending institution like IMF, World Bank, etc. So basically India has endorsed its commitment to fight money laundering and terror financing. So the Finance Minister also extended support to the FATF Global Network. Okay, so now move to the next question. Which organization has established a national data analytics platform? So the correct answer of this question is option C, that is NITI Aayog. So the NITI Aayog has launched a national data analytics platform to promote data-driven decision making. Okay, so now next question. In which state was the first pure green hydrogen plant in India unveiled? So the correct answer of this question is option D, that is in Assam. So the India's first 99.99% pure green hydrogen pilot plant has been commissioned by the Oil India Limited at its Jorhat pump station in Assam. Okay, so now next question. What percentage of the capital base has the RBI limited the entire exposure of the NBFC in the entity's top layer? So the correct answer of this question is option D, that is 20%. So the Reserve Bank of India has tightened the rule for non-banking finance company relating to their large exposure. So basically the RBI capped aggregator exposure of NBFC, which is the upper layer, towards the one entity at 20% of the capital base. So the limit can only be extended by another 5% with the board approval. Okay, so now next question. The Reserve Bank of India levy a monetary penalty of how much rupee on Manappuram Finance Limited for the non-compliances with the Know Your Customer. So the correct answer of this question is option B, that is rupees 17.63 lakh. So recently the Manappuram Finance Limited was fined by rupees 17.63 lakh by the Reserve Bank of India for failing to comply with the Know Your Customer and prepaid payment instrument regulation. Okay, so now next question. Who is the new managing director and the chief executive officer of the digital insurance? So the correct answer of this question is option D, that is Jasleen Kohli. So the digital insurance has appointed Jasleen Kohli as the company's new managing director and chief executive officer with effect from April 20. So she succeeds Vijay Kumar, who retired from the company on the 19th of April 2022. Okay, so now next question. According to the third advance estimate, what has been the horticulture production during 2020 to 2021, which is the highest ever for the Indian horticulture? So the correct answer of this question is option A. So recently, as per the third advance, this estimated the horticulture production during 2020 to 2021 is 3,310.5 lakh ton, which is the highest ever for the Indian horticulture. Okay, so now question number 41. Which organization recently issued a proposed battery switching policy? So the correct answer of this question is option C, that is NITI Aayog. So the NITI Aayog has released a draft battery swapping policy under which all metropolitan cities with a population above 40 lakhs will be prioritized for the development of battery swapping network. All major cities such as state, capital, union territories, headquarters and cities with the population above 5 lakh will be covered under the second phase. Okay, so now next question. Prasar Bharati has signed an MOU for broadcasting collaboration with which country? Public Broadcaster RTA. So the correct answer of this question is option A, that is Argentina. So Prasar Bharati has signed an MOU with the Public Broadcaster of Argentina Radio Television for collaboration in the field of broadcasting. Okay, so now next question. Who was recently appointed as a Vice Chairman of NITI Aayog? So the correct answer of this question is option A, that is Suman Bari. So the Suman Bari, a well-known economist, has been selected as a Vice Chairman of the NITI Aayog, effective from 1st of May 2022. Okay, so now next question. On which day is the World Intellectual Property Day observed to learn about the importance of intellectual property rights? So the correct answer of this question is option D, that is 26th of April. So the World Intellectual Property Day is celebrated on 26th of April to learn about the role that intellectual property rights play in encouraging innovation and creativity. So basically the day recognizes the huge potential of the young people to find new and better solutions that support the transition to a sustainable future. Okay, so now next question. Elon Musk, the world's richest person, has agreed to buy Twitter for how much rupees? So the correct answer of this question is option A, that is USD 44 billion. So the Elon Musk, the world's richest man, agreed to acquire Twitter for USD 44 billion, ending a drama that include hostile takeover threats before handing him personal control of one of the world's most powerful social media network. Okay, now move to the next question. What is India's current global ranking for the Forex Reserve? So the correct answer of this question is option B, that is 5th. So with the aim of growing concern of dispersion in the supply chain, there has been a continuous fall in the Indian Forex Reserve. So the Forex Reserve refers to the buffer maintained to meet the important requirements of the country. So it consists of foreign currency such as gold, SDR, etc. So basically India's forex position is 603.7 billion in USD. So India acquired 5th position, highest in the world. Okay, so now next question. Which organization was just chosen to host the 21st World Congress of Accountants? So the correct answer of this question is option C, that is ICAI. So the ICAI will host the World Congress of the Accountants in November this year. So the Institute of Chartered Accountant of India, also known as ICAI, an institute created by the Act of Parliament, and it is the body that set the accounting standards in the country. So it was established in year 1949 and its headquarters situated in New Delhi. Okay, so now next question. Who is in the control of the GST in India? So the correct answer of this question is option C, that is Finance Minister. So the council is headed by the Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, assisted with the Finance Minister of all the states of India. So basically GST Council is considering 92 items to move to a higher slab of 143 items are under the consideration to be moved from 18% to 28% slab. So it includes perfume, chocolate, cocoa powder, beauty products and among others. Okay, so now next question. Which organization is the author of the Digital Service Act? So the correct answer of this question is option B, that is European Union. So the contain the illegal content, the European Union has come up with a new regulation. So under this regulation, the Digital Service Act, digital companies like Google, Meta, Twitter, etc. can be fined up to 6% of their global turnover for violating rules. Okay, so now next question. What is the tax on virtual digital asset introduced in the budget 2022? So the correct answer of this question is option A, that is 30%. So the government of India imposed a 30% of tax on virtual digital asset in budget 2022. So it set the turn of kind of formalization, otherwise the government would not taken the tax route. So on the other hand, the Honorable Finance Minister has spoken in the Parliament spelling fears of its misuse. So she also registered the need of having a global framework on the cryptocurrency on the sidelines of the IMF meeting. Okay, so now question number 51. Which city is the headquarters of GVFL Ltd, a venture capital firm that recently signed an agreement with IFSCA? So the correct answer of this question is option C, that is Ahmedabad. So basically IFSCA has signed an MOU with GVFL to strengthen the fintech ecosystem in GIFT IFSC. So the two organizations will exchange information and undertake initiatives related to the fintech industry like holding seminar, webinars, etc. Okay, so now next question. Sprint 01 Bantech, which organization recently hosted a hackathon competition? So the correct answer of this question is option B, that is IFSCA. So IFSCA recently announced the winners of the hackathon Sprint 01 Bantech under Sprint 21. So it's aimed to support the world-class fintech hub at GIFT IFSCA. Okay, so now next question. Shri Gajendra Singh Shekhawat, who is the Union Jal Shakti Minister, recently chaired over a regional meeting to evaluate progress under the JJM. So basically, where did it take place? So the correct answer of this question is option A, that is in Jaipur. So the Union Jal Shakti Minister Sri Gajendra Singh Shekhawat chaired the regional conference. So basically the conference was with 8 states and 3 union territories, namely Goa, Gujarat, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, Maharashtra, Punjab, Rajasthan, Uttarakhand, Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh, Daman and Diu and Dadar and Nagar Haveli. So it is being conducted in the Jaipur in Rajasthan. So at the conference, progress made by each state and the both flagship program will be discussed. Okay, so now next question. The Monetary Policy Committee has announced how much additional liquidity will be managed at beginning of this year. So the correct answer of this question is option B, that is 8.5 lakh crore. So the RBI will manage excess liquidity of INR 8.5 lakh crore from the beginning of this year. Okay, so now next question. What is the current repo rate as of April 2022 as announced by the MPC? So the correct answer of this question is option B, that is 4%. So basically the 6-member Monetary Policy Committee announced the first monetary policy after the budget of this year. So this voted to keep the repo rate unchanged at 4% and the reserve repo rate at 3.35%. Okay, so now next question. What is the revised forecast of GDP growth rate for financial year 23 for the India's in the monetary policy published in April? So the correct answer of this question is option D, that is 7.2%. So the Reserve Bank of India's Monetary Policy Committee revised India's real gross domestic product growth rate to 7.2% from February 7.8% for financial year 23. Okay, so now next question. Which organization recently released the State Energy Climate Index Round 1 ranking? So the correct answer of this question is option A, that is NITI Aayog. So the NITI Aayog will release 11 a state energy and climate index that will be useful for the state and union territories to plan better policy and efficiency manage their energy resources in view to changing climate. Okay, so now next question. In which city will the Waterways Conclave 2022 be held? So the correct answer of this question is option A, that is Dirburgarh. So, Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways and Island Waterway Authority of India is organizing Waterway Conclave 2022. So, it will be conducted in Dirburgarh, Assam from 11 to 12th of April. So, the IT aims for speedy development of multi-modal project in the northeastern region. Okay, so now next question. Which PSU has collaborated with Om Clean Tech Private Limited to develop a 9M e-bus powered by hydrogen fuel cell? So, the correct answer of this question is option B. So, recently OIL signed an incubation agreement with Om Clean Tech Private Limited to promote hydrogen fuel based product. So basically, Om Clean Tech Private Limited is a startup that will monitor by IIT Guwahati. So under this agreement, the startup will develop a 9M hydrogen fuel cell power e-bus and liquid organic hydrogen carrier solution. Okay, so now next question. The secretary of which ministry or department will lead the promotion task force for animation, visual effect, gaming and comics? So the correct answer of this question is option D, that is Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. So the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting has constituted an animation, visual effect, gaming and comics promotion task force. So this will announce in the budget speech by the finance minister. Okay. So now question number 61. What was the tax to GDP ratio in fiscal year 2022? So the correct answer of this question is option B, that is 11.7%. So the tax revenue collection in financial year 2022 exceed the budget estimate by almost 5 lakh crore. So the total tax revenue collected in INR 27.17 lakh crore against the budget estimate of 22.17 lakh crore. So this growth of 34% over last year tax revenue. Okay, so now next question. What date has Union government extend the Atal Innovation Mission? So the correct answer of this question is option A, that is March 2023. So the Atal Innovation Mission has been extended till March 2023 at an additional expenditure more than INR 2000 crore. Okay, so now next question. What is the Union Bank of India's new super app? So the correct answer of this question is option C, that is Union NXT. So recently the Union Bank of India has launched its super app named Union NXT and a digital transformation project Sambhav with an investment outlay for around rupees 1000 crore for the current financial year 2022 to 2023. So the public sector lender expects recovery from the spending in 2 years and aims to have 50% business originating on the digital platform by 2025. Okay, so now next question. What is the name of the new MD and CEO of the DCB Bank? So the correct answer of this question is option D, that is Mridul M. Natarajan. So the Reserve Bank of India has approved an extension in the tenure of Mridul M. Natarajan as the Managing Director and the Chief Executive Officer of the DCB Bank for a period of 2 years. So his extended term will be applicable from April 2019 to 2022 to 28th of April 2024. So basically the Natarajan is serving as the MD and CEO of the since April 2009. Okay, so now next question. The Asian Development Bank, a Manali-based multilateral funding agency, projected the India's economic GDP growth rate at what percentage in financial year 23? So the correct answer of this question is option A, that is 7.5%. So basically the Asian Development Bank projected a 7% collective growth for South Asian economics in 2022, with the sub-region largest economy, Indian growing by 7.5% in the current fiscal year before picking up the 8% in next year. So however, certainty stemming from Russian invasion of Ukraine, the continuing coronavirus disease pandemic and tightening by the United States risk to the outlook. Okay, so now next question. For merging green hydrogen in the piped natural gas network, NTPC has signed an agreement with which of the following gas distribution companies? So the correct answer of this question is option C, that is Gujarat Gas. So with a sustainable focus on environment, NTPC has taken an initiative of blending green hydrogen in the Gujarat Gas Limited and piped natural gas network at NTPC in Kawas. Okay, so now next question. Who has topped the Forbes list of the world's billionaire in 2022? So the correct answer of this question is option C, that is Elon Musk. So recently, Elon Musk is leading the Forbes Billionaires list with a net worth of USD 219 billion, followed by the Amazon chief Jeff Bezos as USD 171 billion. Okay, so now next question. What is the Mukesh Ambani rank on Forbes list on billionaires for 2022? So the correct answer of this question is option D, that is 10th. So the Ambani rank at 10th position on the global list, followed narrowly by fellow industrialist and Adani Group founder Gautam Adani, whose fortune climbed by almost USD 40 billion over the past year to an estimate USD 19 billion. Okay, so now next question. Who got in the first position on the Forbes Women Billionaires List 2022? So the correct answer of this question is option A. Benton Court Meyers is the richest woman on the planet for the second year running. So she is the granddaughter of the founder of the beauty giant, that is L'Oreal. Okay, so now next question. Who is the chairman of the Jindal Group as well as India's richest woman according to the Forbes Billionaire List for 2022? So the correct answer of this question is option B, that is Savitri Jindal. So Savitri Jindal, who is the chairperson of the Jindal Group, is the richest woman in India according to the Forbes Billionaires List 2022. Okay. Now question number 71. What was the percentage increase in the India's trade deficit in financial year 2022? So the correct answer of this question is option C, that is 87.5. So recently, according to the government data release, India's trade imbalance increased by 87.5% to USD 192.41 billion in 2021 to 2022, up from USD 102.63 billion in the previous year. So while totaling export hit a new high of USD 417.81 billion last fiscal year, imports also hits a new high of USD 610.22 billion, resulting a trade deficit. Okay, so now next question. In 2022, how much India's Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sport contributed to UNESCO Fund for Elimination of Doping in Sport? So the correct answer of this question is option B. So recently, the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sport, which is under the Government of India, has contributed an amount of USD 72,124 toward the UNESCO Fund for Elimination of Doping in Sport 2022. So this is the double the amount of the minimum agri value. So as per the resolution of the 7 COP held at Paris between 29 to 31st of September in year 2019, the state parties has agreed for contributing 1% of regular budget for their respective nation to the UNESCO towards the Fund for Elimination of Doping in Sport. Okay, so now next question. Which state government has introduced the Mukhyamantri Udyam Kranti Yojana, which offers subsidized loan for self-employment up to Rs 50 lakh? So the correct answer of this question is option D, that is Madhya Pradesh. So the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, who is Shivraj Singh Chauhan, will launch the Udyam Kranti Yojana. So according to the officials, the MP Mukhyamantri Udyam Kranti plan was announced for the first time in November 2021 as per the MSME department gazetted announced, but it was never executed. So the loan ranging from Rs 1 lakh to 50 lakh would be offered to youth under this scheme for self-employment. Okay, so now next question. GOBP has partnered with which business to investigate the creation of the complete public EV charging infrastructure in India? So the correct answer of this question is option B, that is TVS Motors. So the GOBP and TVS Motor Company announced that they have agreed to explore the establishment of the comprehensive public EV charging infrastructure in India for electric two-wheelers and three-wheelers. So building a geo-developing BP network in the field, customers of TV electric vehicles are likely to gain access to the geo-extensive BP charging network, which is also open to other vehicles as a part of their proposed agreement. Okay, so now next question. Agriculture export from the Indian surpassed how much amount for the first time in the fiscal year 2021 to 2022? So the correct answer of this question is option A, that is USD 50 billion. So the export agriculture products from India surpasses the USD 50 billion mark for the first time during the fiscal year 2021 to 2022, owing to the significant growth in sugar, rice, wheat and other cereals export. Okay, so now next question. Which of the following state has launched the Nandini Krishi Smriddhi Cooperative Bank project, which will provide milk producer more financial support? So the correct answer of this question is option C, that is Karnataka. So the Karnataka Chief Minister establishing the Nandini Krishi Smriddhi Cooperative Bank is a revolutionary initiative which will provide greater financial strength for the milk producer. Okay, so now next question. Which of the following bank has made the positive pay system mandatory for all check payment value more than rupees 10 lakh? So the correct answer of this question is option D, that is Punjab National Bank. So the Punjab National Bank has implemented the positive pay system being compulsory for the check payment worth rupees 10 lakh and above. So this being done a move to protect its over 180 million customer from any security threats. So the bank has announced to make the positive pay system mandatory last month, and the same has been implemented. So under the new system, high value check rupees 10 lakh and above will be celebrated using the PPS after reconfirmation with the issuer of the check. Okay, now next question. Which country has signed a MOU with the Hindustan Aeronautics to convert civil passenger plane into the multi-mission tanker transport planes? So the correct answer of this question is option C, that is Israel. So the Hindustan Aeronautics has signed a Memorandum of Understanding with Israel Aerospace Industry to convert civil passenger aircraft to the multi-mission tanker transport aircraft in India. Okay, so now next question. What is the name of the platform that Flipkart launched with a focus on rural development and equal access to the growth? So the correct answer of this question is option A, that is Flipkart Foundation. So the homegrown e-commerce giant, the Flipkart Group, has constituted or launched the Flipkart Foundation, a new platform with a focus on development in rural area and providing equitable access to the growth opportunity for women and other disadvantaged communities. So the Flipkart Foundation aims to positively influence 20 million lives directly and indirectly in the coming decades across a wide array of the areas of utilizing Flipkart's learning over the years. Okay, so move to the next question. Which company launched new, a much anticipated super app? So the correct answer of this question is option A, that is Tata Group. So the Tata Group will launch new, its much anticipated super app. So this software will be available for download through the Google Play Store. So the Tata Group key goal is expand its digital division so that it can compete with the market leaders like Amazon, Flipkart, Reliance Group and JioMart. Okay, so question number 81. What is the total amount of climate action award announced by the UNDP and the partners of the Adaptation Innovation Marketplace? So the correct answer of this question is option B. So the United Nations Development Program and the partners of the Adaptation Innovation Marketplace has approved USD 2.2 million in the climate action grants. Okay, so now next question. Which of the following bank would sell its full 4% interest in India SME Asset Reconsideration Company for close to rupees 4 crore? So the correct answer of this question is option A, that is Bank of Maharashtra. So the Bank of Maharashtra announced that it will sell its entire 4% ownership in Indian SME Asset Reconsideration Company for almost rupees 4 crore. So according to the regulatory statement, the Bank of Maharashtra has entered a share purchase agreement for the sale of entire equity position of 4% and in Indian SME Asset Reconsideration Company Limited. Okay, so now next question. Which of the following will be the India's G20 main coordinator? So the correct answer of this question is option D, that is Harshvardhan Shringla. So the Foreign Secretary Harshvardhan Shringla will take over next month as the G20 Chief Coordinator, the government officially announced. So the appointment is significant as India will assume the G20 presidency on December 1st, 2022 from the Indonesia and will convey the G20 Leaders Summit for the first time in India in 2023. Okay, so now next question. Which Indian PSU received a gold prize in the social responsibility category at the 80th Scotch Award? So the correct answer of this question is option B, that is National Mineral Development Corporation. So the National Mineral Development Corporation under the Ministry of has won 1 gold and 1 silver award at the 80th Scotch Summit and Scotch Award. Okay, so now next question. Which is the World Bank's revised growth rate for the India for financial year 2023? So the correct answer of this question is option B, that is 8%. So the Ukraine crisis and the high fuel and food prices, the World Bank has slashed India's growth rate from 8.7 to 8%. So the World Bank in the South Asia report has revised India's growth rate to 8%. So the reasons cited for the lower growth are rising fuel and food prices, which account for what we call headline inflation. Okay, so now next question. What is the budget for the revised Rashtriya Gram Swaraj Abhiyan? So the correct answer of this question is option B. So seeing the success of the Rashtriya Gram Swaraj Abhiyan launched in 2018, the CCEA approved its further continuation till March 2026. So basically, the Rashtriya Gram Swaraj Abhiyan has been revamped and has been assigned a corpus of 5,911 crore rupees. So basically, this scheme is under the Ministry of Panchayati Raj and it is a centrally sponsored scheme. So under this scheme, 1.3 crore people have been trained so far to make them employable. So it aims to train 1.35 crore people over the next 5 years. Okay, so now next question. What is the permitted ceiling for the FDI investment in LIC IPOs as established by the DPIIT by modifying FEMA, also known as Foreign Exchange Management Act? So the correct answer of this question is option D, that is 20%. So ahead of the merger IPO of the largest insurer in the country, FEMA rules has been amended to allow 20% of FDI in LIC through IPO. So the Department of Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade had relaxed the FEMA rule to allow 20% investment through FDI. So LIC is slated to undergo initial IPO to attract maximum subscription and diversify the basket of investment. So basically, the Department of Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade has taken this decision. Okay, so now next question. Recently, the Canada Pension Plan Investment Board announced a joint venture with a large Indian infrastructure business for the infra project in India with a combined capital of 5,300 crore. So basically, what is the name of the Indian partner firm? So the correct answer of this question is option C, that is Tata Realty Infrastructure Limited. So the post-investment in NMP and CPIB has joined hands with the Tata Realty. So recently the post-investment in Canada Pension Plan Investment Board has joined with the Tata Realty Infrastructure Limited to originate infra project in India. So basically, the Canada Pension Plan Investment Board and Tata Realty Infrastructure Limited has formed a joint venture with a capital of 5,300 crore rupees to invest in infra project across India. Okay, so now next question. SEBI has signed a Memorandum of Understanding with which security organization for stock market investment through FPI? So the correct answer of this question is option C, that is Montobia Securities Commission. So recently the cabinet has approved the MOU signed between the SEBI and Montobia Security Commission in Canada. So it will require both parties to register for FPI with each other. Okay, so now next question. What is the growth rate of service export in fiscal year 2021 to 2022? So the correct answer of this question is option D, that is 21.31%. So the service export touched USD 250 billion for April to March 2021 to 2022 with a growth of 21.31% over the last fiscal year. Okay, so now question number 91. Recently, which technology firm collaborated with the Bharat Petroleum Corporation Ltd, an Indian oil refinery, to improve its customer experience? So the correct answer of this question is option A, that is Microsoft Corporation. So the Bharat Petroleum Corporation Limited and Indian Oil Refinery has teamed with the Microsoft to improve its customer experience. So it will also integrate cloud computing and artificial intelligence to help the oil and gas business adapt digitally. Okay, so now next question. Who was recently awarded the EY Entrepreneur of the Year 2021 at the 23rd EY Entrepreneur of the Year Indian Award? So the correct answer of this question is option B, that is Falguni Nair. So the Falguni Nair has been named as the EY Entrepreneur of the Year 2021 at the 23rd edition of the EY Entrepreneur of the Year Indian Awards. So she was a founder and chief executive officer of the beauty supply company named as Nykaa. Okay, so now next question. According to the official data, the import of the gold in India has been rose by how much percentage on account of higher demand in 2021 to 2022? So the correct answer of this question is option C, that is 33.34 percentage. So according to the official data, the import of gold in India has been rose by 33.34 percentage to 46.14 billion on account of higher demand in 2021 to 2022. So the import of the gold in 2020 to 2021 was about rupees 34.62 billion. Okay, so now next question. Which bank was recently fined rupees 93 lakh by the Reserve Bank of India for a range of violations including those related to the KYC standard? So the correct answer of this question is option D, that is Axis Bank. So the Reserve Bank of India announced that it was fined IDBI Bank and Axis Bank rupees 93 lakh each of the variety of infrastructure including those connected to the KYC standard. So the RBI on the other hand stated that the penalties are based on the regulatory compliances issue and are not intended to rule on the validity of any transaction or arrangement they have with their clients. Okay, so now next question. What is the time frame provided to satisfy the export obligation under the new export promotion capital goods norm? So the correct answer of this question is option B, that is 6 months. So the Ministry of Commerce has eased export promotion capital goods norm to facilitate easy of the doing business. So the export promotion capital goods norm are meant to be eliminate the export potential for the traders in India. Okay. What exactly does term poison pill strategy means? So the correct answer of this question is option B, that is a mechanism to allow buying of the additional shares to dilute the overall shareholding. So the Twitter board has come up with a defensive strategy to allow any shareholder who intends to acquire more than 15% of shares to buy additional share at discount. So the Elon Musk has offered 43 billion USD to buy all the shares from the open market and acquire the company. Okay, so now next question. Which committee has recommended the Vyapar credit card are made accessible to the MSME entrepreneurs? So the correct answer of this question is option D, that is Standing Committee on Finance. So the credit crunch being faced by the MSME. So basically the Standing Committee on Finance led by the Sri Gajendra Singh has recommended providing credit card to the entrepreneurs of the MSME sector. Okay, so now next question. Which ministry recently hosted a national conference on the sustainable development goal localization? So the correct answer of this question is option D, that is Ministry of Panchayati Raj. So the poor performance of India on the Global Sustainable Development Goal Index released by the UNSDN, the Government of India has taken the grassroots approach to improving on the sustainable development goals. Okay, so now next question. On which day did Punjab National Bank, India's second largest bank, celebrate its 128th Foundation Day? So the correct answer of this question is option B. So recently the Punjab National Bank, which is India's second largest bank, has celebrated its 128th Foundation Day on 12th of April 2022. So on the occasion of the Foundation Day, the MD and CEO of the PNB, who is the Atal Kumar Goyal, has launched a cardless cash withdrawal service and a virtual debit card for its customer. Okay, so now last question. Name the Indian Economics and Political Analytics who has been chosen for the Malcolm Adhesia Award 2022. So the correct answer of this question is option D, that is Prabhat Patnaik. So the well-known Indian Economics and Political Commenter Prabhat Patnaik has been selected for the Malcolm Adhesia Award 2022. So the award is annually given by the Malcolm and Elizabeth Adhesia Trust to an outstanding social scientist selected from nomination received by a special constitution national jury. Okay.